Alexandra Eala delivers immediate reaction to losing in the semifinals of the ASB Classic. Alexandra Eala suffered a heartbreaking loss to Wang Xinyu in the semifinal of the ASB Classic in Auckland. The Filipina star led 5-3 in the deciding set, but Wang Xinyu produced a comeback to reach the ASB Classic final. Eala was impressive in Auckland and picked up victories against Xin Wang, Magda Linette, Petra Marcinko, and Donna Vikic. The star, who will rise to world number 49 in the WTA Tour rankings, has now reacted to the difficult semifinal defeat. Alexandra Eala shares reaction to ASB Classic defeat. Eala produced a stunning comeback from 5-1 down in the first set to take the advantage in the semifinal, but she was on the receiving end of a comeback to lose the match. Nevertheless, Eala's impressive run was an incredible way to start the year for the hot-tip 20-year-old. Taking to Instagram after the loss, the Filipina star wrote, "Till my heart stops. So close yet so far. Thank you Auckland for the warmest hospitality to start the year. Truly felt the Wairua." Eala had been dubbed a fan favorite during her time in Auckland, and her battling performance against Wang Xinyu will continue to earn her respect from tennis fans. The 20-year-old star will now continue her preparation for her very first Australian Open main draw match after automatically qualifying thanks to her ranking. Where will Alexandra Eala play next? It's a testament to Eala's rise that her next tournament will see her enter as the top-ranked player at the event. Eala will play the Kooyong Classic, a 3-day exhibition event just prior to the Australian Open for her next appearance. The star will play alongside several high-profile names, including 4-time Grand Slam winner Daniela Hantuchova. Eala will also play against Vikic and Priscilla Hahn at the Melbourne tournament, which has previously been won by Belinda Bencic and Yang Wickmeyer. So close yet so far. Alexandra Eala's heartfelt reaction after ASB Classic heartbreak. On a sunlit January afternoon in Auckland's packed ASB Classic Stadium, Alexandra Eala stood alone in the center of the court, racket in hand, and the hum of applause slowly fading into the New Zealand breeze. Her match had just ended, a grueling 3-set battle that saw her push Chinese opponent Wang Xinyu to the brink, only to narrowly fall short in one of the most consuming matches of the early season. For many athletes, a loss is a simple statistic, a line in the records, a number that will eventually blur with others. But for Eala, this defeat was something far more layered, a lesson, a moment of reflection, and, most importantly, a spark that still burns brightly in her eyes even as she admits how close she came to a final that was within sight but just out of reach. The match that took everything. The scoreline read 7-5, 5-7, 4-6 in favor of Wang. A match that wasn't just about numbers but about will, technique, and the ebb and flow of emotional momentum. Eala, the 20-year-old Filipino sensation, had fought back from early deficits in the first 2 sets, showcasing a fight mentality only a few players at her age can muster. She clawed her way into contention more than once, rallying with daring shots and celebrated lunges that drew roars from the crowd. As the final ball sailed wide and Wang raised her arms in victory, a moment of disbelief flashed across Eala's face. It was a look that didn't quite belong to defeat, not to someone who felt vanquished, but rather to someone who had come agonizingly close to capturing something monumental. Athletes are trained to predict such endings, but nothing truly prepares them for the sensory drain of giving everything they have, and watching just enough slip through their fingers. So close yet so far, the words echoed. Moments after the final point, Eala took to social media and spoke plainly through imagery and text, "Till my heart stops. So close yet so far." These words, simple and concise, revealed depths of feeling that interviews sometimes can't capture. They expressed the rawness of her journey in that match, the physical exhaustion, the mental black belt level of focus required, and the lingering knowledge that one more point, one more wrinkle of fortune, might have flipped the story entirely. There was no melodrama, no overstatement. Instead, there was honesty, the kind that lands closest to the heart. Eala's caption didn't need to dramatize a loss, because the depth of her effort, the crowd's invested cheers, and the suspense of the 3 sets had already written the drama into the match itself. Tribute to Auckland and its spirit. Perhaps more striking than the match result was Eala's gratitude. She publicly thanked Auckland, not just for hospitality, but for the warmth and spirit she felt throughout the tournament. She used the Maritime Wairua, a concept representing spirit or soul, indicating not just appreciation but emotional and cultural connection. For a young athlete who splits her time between training around the globe and representing a nation passionately, Being acknowledged by a host city in such a way resonates deeply. It speaks to how sport can transcend simple competition, forging bonds, creating memories, and touching the soul on a human level. The journey to the semis. It wasn't luck that got Eala to the ASB Classic semis. It was determination shaped over years of discipline, setbacks, and triumphant moments. Earlier in the tournament, she had delivered a convincing victory over former rival Magda Linette, a match where she broke through past struggles and showcased a level of play that reflected her evolving maturity. That win was more than a match. It was a statement. She was not only in Auckland to compete, she was there to contend. Each step forward brought increased pressure, expectation, and eyes on her, both from her Filipino supporters and fans of tennis worldwide. Yet, with the pressure came confidence, a quality that has defined many of her best moments on tour. A heart that doesn't fade easily. For many, losing means the end of a story. For Eala, it was merely another compelling chapter in a narrative that is still being written. One notable aspect of her reaction was how she embraced the closeness of her loss. Instead of fading into silence or focusing solely on the disappointment, her words reflected a perspective that is remarkably mature for someone still early in her career. Her gratitude for experience underscores a mindset that embraces lessons with dignity, something that champions are made of long before they wear crowns. Beyond that, her honesty connects with fans on a human level, the universal feeling of almost reaching something big, and the personal growth that comes from almost succeeding. Many young athletes struggle with such transitions, but Eala's reaction suggests a special blend of emotional intelligence and competitive fire that could take her far. The ripple effect back home. In the Philippines, Eala's performance lit up conversations not just in sports circles but across the broader community. Her run at the ASB Classic continues a pattern of historic achievements for Filipino tennis, stepping into spaces where few before her have stood with such confidence. From being the first Filipina to reach major tournament milestones to inspiring anew,